Hello?
Yo, this Trent. Can you
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
me?
yeah. Griff, what's going on?
How you feel, good bro?
I can hear you good. I just tried to talk. I'm good, man. How you doing?
Maintain. How you feel, good bro? Hold on 1 second. All right. Oh, point it the other way real
I
quick.
got you.
All right. I'm trying to get you up and on and on and up so you can hear me clearly. Yo, Trent.
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
All right, cool. All right, man, let's give Trent G a round of applause for being on. Yo, this is a rare occasion, man. A lot of times I don't have a lot of guests, man. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have a lot of guests, man. Just to kind of let you know. I don't know why I don't have a lot of guests. I'm a nice guy. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, I got your bio up on the screen.
Right.
There's a few things I want to talk to you about, but for the people that don't know you, just give a quick, one paragraph kind of synopsis on who Trent G is and exactly what you do. All right.
Yes, sir. No doubt. Well, like Professor Griff said, my name is Trent G. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I am a independent, 3-time award-nominated rapper who keeps it real in my music. I spit music that's motivational, encouraging, music with a message to uplift and inspire and to tear down the devil's kingdom, man. That's what I'm on.
Ooh, I like that last bit. He said, tear down the devil's kingdom. I could definitely rock with that for real. So yeah, right out doing the corny thing by reading stuff out of your bio. Your bio is really tight, man. It gives the reader a well-rounded view of where you come from and where you are and where you're trying to go. It's a beautiful 2 or 3 paragraph bio, and I don't want to bore the people with that, but I'd rather go into bits and pieces of it and let you tell us. And I'm gonna point some things out, and I want you to tell us. Now, would it be better for us to kind of dive into certain aspects of who you are and what your music is about, then play the video, or how would you want to do that?
We can dive into the first part, man. Well, who I am, what I'm about. Then we can play the video.
Okay, because there's some questions I do have on Cap and on the Dome, man. It's like, how was it going on this little big time television show with Steve Harvey? What was that experience like, man?
Man, that was a surreal experience, man. I remember doing that. I remember putting together a tape in the basement of my home because I had a gift of being able to rap fast. You know what I'm saying? And I first saw Steve Harvey show, people going on the show doing things that, was impossible and what people considered amazing. So I say, hey, well, I can rap pretty fast. So I put together a tape, sent it to the show. And about a couple of days later, I got a call from the show executive, and they like, hey, man, we heard your tape. We don't believe you're saying words because, we can't put any words together. So they had me rap fast over the phone. So I'm spitting fast over the phone, just going crazy. And they say, hey, if we call you back, that means we in her words, and we gonna fly you out to Hollywood to perform on the show. If we don't call you back, then you ain't saying enough, And I said, okay, cool. So I did some fast over the phone. They played it back in slow motion, and they called me back, man, and flew me out to Hollywood, to be on the show. It was a great experience, spending time out there, sightseeing. And Steve Harvey is a cool dude, man. It was a great experience to be on that show and to actually win the money as the world's fastest rapper. So that was cool.
How long ago was that?
Man, that was I was a freshman in college. That was 2000 and what was that, 5 or something like that, Professor Griff? I'm not sure, but it was quite some time ago.
Oh, okay, so you spent the money then already.
It's when he had some fresh wine. Okay. It's when he had the fresh wine.
Okay, I just wanted to borrow some. Okay, all right, cool. All right, that was a beautiful. He said it's a beautiful experience. He said Steve Harvey is a cool dude. But now listen, do you still remember what you did back then? And can you give us an example tonight?
I think I can definitely give you an example of the fast rapping. What I did back then, I did the Declaration of Independence then on the show. So I don't really remember that, but I can definitely give an example with a fast spitting.
Okay, well, just give us a sample then. It don't have to be the Declaration of Independence because they some lying asses when they wrote that. Anyway, go ahead.
Right. And he say, man, nah, step in the middle of a second. If I make it to 5 like a machine gun, chop it down, lose the bomb. Taking the person like that, you know, it was something like that.
Damn. So I see why they had to slow that down. You must live down the street from Twister or somebody. Where you from originally? Where you from the Shy, right? Trent
Yeah.
has been has been writing many Chicago written about in many Chicago newspapers and featured on many Chicago radio stations, such as special guest display his rapping skills on stations like WGCI in the Radio Chicago area. Blah blah blah. Okay, cool. Power 92.3 FM, 102.3 FM. All right, cool. Oh, I thought they said you was on Al Green show, not Al Grits Green. They do. They got the grits stone on them. That's not the same Green. Okay, I got you, bro. Hold on.
Nah, that's the AC Green show.
AC Green. Okay, I got you, good bro. 106.3 FM. I got you. All right, cool.
Yes, sir.
Oh, they said Trent was also booked to perform on BET's 106 and Park. You took the Greyhound all the way to New York for the tradition. And what happened?
Man, look, I took a Greyhound bus to New York to audition for 106 and Park. Right? I got in there. I got in the room with other rappers. I spit for them. And I got a call about a couple of days later from the senior show writer, Pat Charles. Pat Charles told me I got the highest score out of all the rappers, out of all the competitors. He said, man, we're going to definitely book you to perform on BET's 106 and Park.
Right.
You know, but I was happy about this. I had just did the Steve Harvey show. I won 10 grand on that. I had just did Good Morning America, you know, where I was the opener act before Patti LaBelle, and that's, you know, BET 106 and Park. Right. So I'm like, okay, I'm moving up, you know. So he's like, we're gonna call you back in a couple of days and get you a show date to, you know, fly you out to perform on BET's 106 and Park.
Right.
He called me back, but it wasn't to give me a show date. It was to cancel my appearance. You know, and I asked him, I say, well, man, I took a Greyhound bus all the way to New York to audition for y'all, and you say I got the highest score out of all the people in the room, but now you're telling me that I'm not going to be on the show. Can you tell me why? And his answer was, because you got raw talent. And that was the answer to me. I didn't understand that. And to this day, I still kind of don't understand it. So I say, man, can you elaborate on what you're saying? You know? And he said something to the effect, well, you came with supreme raw talent and we don't really know where to put you on the show with other artists. It was something to that effect. So he actually canceled my appearance because I was good. So,
right. So D-Boy
I didn't understand that.
D-Boy said basically you were overqualified.
You were unmoldable.
Yeah. That was Pat Charles. That was Pat Charles, the senior show writer of 106 and Park.
Right.
So that was a bummer right there.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's ugly. All right, cool, man. So we're gonna dive into your video, all right, and we're gonna see what it smells like. You want to introduce it?
Oh yeah. This video right here is called Reparations. Reparations. I'm speaking to reparations in the form of cash payments for the descendants of slaves in America.
Oh, okay, cool. How long did you do this? So how long ago did you do this song?
I did the song probably about 2 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Probably about 2 to 3 months ago.
All right, there's some questions I have for you after the particular video. So let me rock it, and then we'll get right back with you. I got to put you on mute so we can check it out, all right?
No doubt.
All right, hold on one second. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, this is Trent G dealing with reparations. All right? Whatever your concept of reparations is, fit it into these next 4 minutes, all right? Here we go. All right, Trent G, we black with you, man. Ooh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo, that was tight. I like that. I like that. Let's give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. My man Trent. Gee, now listen. What's your manager's name?
Chris Flow, Christopher Forehand.
Chris, yeah. When I first talked to Chris, man, and I think he sent this to me, and I'm like, okay, let me check it out. And I get phone calls like that all the daggone time, man. And I'm like, come on, man, don't. I mean, nothing corny. You understand what I'm saying? But when I watched it, I said, oh, okay, let me call this dude back. You understand what I'm saying? Because, it definitely has some fire to it, man. I was like, oh, okay. So that's how we ended up. That's how we ended up here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's shout out to Chris, man. Yeah. Tell Chris he still owe me $3, something like that. But anyway. Right. Can you fix that for me, Shane? I think it just has to be plugged in because all the pins are not touching. All right, so listen, just give us a rundown. Like, where'd you shoot the video at, man?
I shot the video on the south side of Chicago, man.
Okay.
Where I demand for the listener to really listen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm not trying to jock myself or nothing. I just put out quality. I try to put out quality, and I put out music with a message, man. Right. So that's what I try to do.
Right. Oh, okay. Cool. So let me understand something. So when you sit down and write, when you construct a song like that, what did you have to study for a song like that? It's already in you, coming out of you. How do you construct this song?
Man, you know what? I got the inspiration in the construction from this song from Romans 13, 7, and 10, actually, Griff. That verse says, pay to all what is owed to them. Taxes to whom taxes are owed, and revenue to whom revenue is owed. Owe no one anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I thought to myself, I said, well, this country owes the descendants of slaves reparations, And I was like, well, what is a reparation? It's the making of amends for a wrong that someone has done by paying money, to the person that was wronged or whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, how were slaves wronged? So I started thinking about it. How about we can go off like not being paid for labor? We can get off into the atrocities and the wickedness and the murders and the killings of slaves, but even unpaid labor. Slaves built the White House. They built the Executive Mansion. They built the U.S. Capitol.
Right.
And I thought to myself, I'm like, man, the U.S. Capitol, what a congressman and everybody congregate and have these meetings, and tell you how they don't want to pay you reparations. You standing in something that my ancestors built. Right. It took over 25 years to build it from 1793 to 1826. And 385 payments were made to the slave owners, not the slaves that built it,
exactly.
but to the slaves owners. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Slaves built Wall Street in New York in 1653. Trinity Church, Harvard Law School. So we built this country. So and we didn't get due pay for it. So I'm like, well, this country definitely owes reparations to the descendants of slaves.
Right.
So I pretty much constructed that song, man, from Romans 13, 7 through 10. And I just studied on how slaves built this country. And I came to that conclusion. Hey, you owe reparations. And many studies have been done on this to conclude what I say. You know, but even go deep into what I just said. But you already know that, Professor Griff.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that might be listening in the audience that may not know that. So your album, is it going to consist of intricate kind of deep subjects like that?
Yes, sir. Yes, okay, sir. Cool. Yes, sir. Music with a message, man. Okay, you know, music cool. with a message. I'm uplifting. I'm inspiring. I'm teaching. You know, and I'm putting out music for the soul that can educate people and not just bring down people. You know, we can put out music. You know, I used to do the shoot 'em up, kill 'em up, bang bang music. I can do that all day. You know, but I decided to switch that because I wanted to leave a legacy behind there that inspired people. You know, and that motivated people to want to go for their dreams and wanted to change and even not sell their soul for the riches and the fame of this world. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do what I do.
All right, do me a favor. Let the audience know, let the people know, how can they buy your material? How can they find you? If someone wants to interview you, book you, or do whatever, how can they find you?
Man, you can find me on all social media platforms at I Am Trent Davis. That's all social media platforms that I Am Trent Davis. You can find me on my website at IamTrentDavis.com. You know, Facebook, Twitter, I Am Trent Davis. You can cop that single, Reparations, on all streaming platforms, Spotify, iTunes, etc. All streaming platforms. You can cop that. You can get at me on all my social media platforms if you would like to interview me. Anybody who wants to interview me, you can contact me on my social media, and it would definitely be an honorable experience, and I definitely appreciate it in advance.
Oh, give thanks. All right, good brother. Let's give Trent G a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate you, good bro. Keep up the good work. You got my phone number. Whatever you need, just say, yo, Griff, I need some violins. I need a harp. I need Shane Shakur back on the background ad lib, like, whatever. Shane got you. You understand what I'm saying? D-Boy got tracks.
Hey, Griff, Griff, let me just salute you real quick for even having me on your platform.
Oh, you
know what I'm saying? Bro. To introduce the song Reparations, to introduce me and let the world know who I am. Because last time we spoke, I know this is something that you do not do. So that you don't do often, you know, so I'm humbled by that. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely give thanks to you for you allowing me to come on your platform and speak to your audience. All so right. that's a very humbling experience, and I thank you for that, good brother.
Give thanks. Really appreciate you, man. You take care of yourself, good bro. All right.
Yes, sir.
Until Chris, I said thanks, man. That's a good dude, man. You got somebody good on your team, bro.
I got you.
All right. Tell him I want that $3 though.
Yes,
anyway,
sir.
All right, man. Peace.
No doubt.
All right. All right, peace. Trent G, ladies and gentlemen. All right. That wasn't a mic check 1, 2 where we had to score it or anything like that. I wasn't asking people to give it a number to get your I heard the brother, his manager, reach out to me. I heard the song, saw the video. I said, all right, this sounds like somebody that has some depth to their songs and to their music as an artist that I wanted to interview. All right. Yeah, so we took a chance and made it happen. And yeah, that's a good brother. See, that's the kind of stuff we need to be bringing back. You understand what I'm saying? If it was there at all in the beginning, where I'd say bring it back like it was already there before, was it? Of course. Okay, cool. We need to bring stuff like that back. More importantly, artists like Trent G, but we need to hear stuff like that from women to balance out some of this other stuff that's going on. What do you think about that, Shane Shakur? You think so? Maybe?